I made it. My first hike for the season. Going out to the hot springs along Mohaka River. I'm in the car park that would set you up for that hike. And as you can see, I'm the only car here. It's about an hour and 45-minute, 2-hour drive from my house. Last 10 kilometers, I mean, you're out in the boonies out here. I don't know that I've been this isolated in a long time, which I don't know how I feel about it yet. I like to say I like it, but it feels kind of lonely. But I think once we get walking, it'll be good. So this is at the end of the road. If you're going to come out here, there's a couple campgrounds you can go past. You just go past those and come all the way to the end of the road. There's a little pit toilet over there. Little information booth there, plenty of parking. And then I'm going to start walking out there in just a little bit. So here we go, the first one of the season. So here's the plan right here. So we're going to take the track along the river until we get to the lodge, take a quick look there, but then continue on around to the hot springs, spend the night there. Then tomorrow the plan is to come back up, but then go back up this ridge and then come down this ridge back to the road and then take the road back around. So that's kind of the plan that we're going to go with. I have a feeling I might see a little bit more waterfalls than average because we've had some rain here recently. But, it's a nice little start. Just start on this path. So a little bit of update. If you've been following my hikes for a while, there's another nice one. Wow. So last September up in Fitonaki Forest, I hurt my knee pretty badly. Did a little bit of damage to the tendon, but also to the IT band. That's pretty much healed now. I have some stretches that I have to do to keep that thing from hurting. So didn't have to spend the winter healing up. I got to do some hiking over the winter time here, just around Tomato Peak and all. So I feel like I'm starting this hiking season in a little bit better shape than I did last year and certainly the year before. So that's a good start. And feeling pretty good. Have all my same gear, except I have new shoes now. The Topo Terra Adventure 3. I've got the Terra Adventure 2, and I had that a little bit last year, a little too small. So I went a size bigger. These things have amazing grip. All right, significantly warmer than what the weather reports are saying. About 15 out here. So time to take the first shirt off and go from there. So, all right, nice little adjustment to make. I love the thought when I put on a backpack when I first start, how heavy it is. And thinking a lot of that is food, and especially this trip because I'm going a little fancy since it's just an overnighter and doing a little bit of a fancy meal. Wouldn't be a bad place to camp out down here. Wow. Kind of hoping where I'm going to end up will be somewhat like this. It's always funny when I start something like this. There's that real nervousness. You feel like almost a trespasser when you start. But now that I'm into it, I feel like I've become part of this trail now. But if you're new to hiking, tramping, whatever you want to call it, just be aware that you probably have some nervous jitters when you start out, but once you get into it, it changes. It's like the forest welcomes you into itself. A little narrow in here, but it probably looks more narrow than it actually is. Oh, that's a cool view. I've just been thinking, that's a little bit of a boring hike. And then got this area, which this kind of stuff is always so interesting. Some of those ledges were pretty much a straight drop down to the river. Wasn't a whole lot of room for error. Take your time, you'll be all right. But breezy. There's a Mohaka way down there. Been a gentle climb coming up here. I didn't even notice I was going that high. I've been thinking, why do I feel a little bit tense? And it just hit me, it's constant noise of this river. I'm walking alongside of it again, it's a really noisy river. Again, I've not been down here before, so I don't know if this is abnormally high or the way it is. I suspect it's a little bit higher than normal, but man, it's almost enough to make me want to take my earplugs out just so I can have a little bit of quiet. Quite a rock face over there. It is beautiful out here. I don't want you to think I'm complaining. Just interesting how much the noise affects me. That was a climb and a half. Coming pretty much off the river right to here. Now I got to send back down to the hut. Ooh, what a view though, eh? What a view. I'm almost to the hut. This last half an hour has been a little bit more of a hard slog than at first. Let me tell you, that climb coming away from the river, wow, that was pretty short, sharp and steep, and you know, I have to be mindful that this is my first hike this season with a backpack on, and I haven't been too economical with what I'm carrying. I think I got about 24 pounds on my back. As I said, by tomorrow's climb, all I have is food for lunch, because I'll be out here by dinner. But all right, made it to the lodge. Toilet's up that way. Bet those tanks are full of water. 2 hours and 15 minutes. Let's see what we got in here. Okay, switches, but I don't see them working. So this is Te Puia Lodge. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. You probably sleep 12 over here. And another 12, so 24 maybe. Be kind of tight, but you could do it. I've heard of this as the lodge for years, and I thought it was like a fancy lodge. As far as huts go, it's nice, but as far as lodges go, it's probably a little bit on the weak side. All right, I'll fill in the visitor hut here really quick, and then I think I'll sit outside and have lunch because it's warmer out there than it is inside.